Guys like a real rock band. These guys are like a real rock band. I mean, I listen to their songs, their CD. I watch their videos and stuff, and I watch the whole thing with them, how they developed from the beginning. They've been together how many years now? 8 years now?
8 years.
Now. So why don't we start? We're going to ask everybody who they are and what they do. And the gentleman to the left of me is
John. I sing and I play guitar.
Oh, look at this one. And how about you, sir?
I'm Craig and I play bass.
Okay.
Park, I play drums.
I'm Mars, I play guitar.
You're Mars and you play guitar. That rhymes. He's a poet. He knows it. Hope I don't blow it. You got a little interesting history though, Mars, because I know your dad.
Yes, you
His
do.
dad is Cooter Van Dette, one of the most greatest guitar players around. He's been around forever. I got an opportunity to jam him last year. So, listen, you know what's funny though, because a lot of people know what's going on with this show now, and I had people come up to me, and Steve, our producer, we put a couple of things out, and they sent us a bunch of tapes and stuff. We're listening to all these different tapes. Some of the bands, are okay. Some of them, Some of them are great, like you guys. I think you guys are great, by the way. I just like everything about you. But then when I was talking to somebody, and I got a call. And it's from Cooter, and he tells me, yeah, that's my son's band. I said, no shit, man, that's your son. That was great. I said, so I went back and I looked at it, I examined it really closely. I got to tell you, I really like the way you put the videos together. Because I've been trying to do it myself, and I have a lot of problems with that, man. But let's just talk about you guys a little bit. First of all, from what I understand, you're all from Mayapack. You know each other forever.
Yeah,
Yep.
we grew up together.
I've known Park since 6th grade.
Okay.
And
you're in the 9th grade now?
10th.
10th grade, yeah. I'm sorry.
Come on now.
Yeah, right, okay.
Since we're 10 years old, I've known him. And they were playing music together, I believe.
They being Craig and Park?
Craig and Mario.
Yeah. Oh.
They were friends.
Yep, way
playing
back in the day.
a little bit together. And then we stole Craig, formed a band.
Uh-huh.
Mario had his own band in high school called Bloodless Kill.
Uh-huh.
And we were in Leaving the Will, us three, with another singer.
Uh-huh.
And eventually those bands dismantled and this band formed.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Me too. I'm a lot older than you guys, but I went through the same progression when I was in junior high school and high school. We met guys that were interested in the same kind of stuff. Kind of hanging out. Hey, let's do a band, man. Hey, I hear guys get a lot of girls when they're playing bands. Yeah, let's put a band together, man. I want to get some girls. So a lot of guys I know for a lot of years. But as you go through the course and the music evolves and you grow musically and you grow spiritually and you get more mature, some people get cast to the wayside, and what happens basically is like water kind of seeks its own level, but you guys been together for how many years now?
8.
8 years.
Over 8 years.
Same band.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same band. That's great,
Since
man. That's
January of
great. That's
2008.
great, man. So let's talk about the name. Let's talk about how the name came about, because there is a movie out by that name. By the way, the band is called Event Horizon. Just in case you didn't know that. So let's get that straight. Okay. So how did the whole name thing come up?
Who wants to take this?
You got it. You can do
Okay.
it.
He's a spokesman.
So it was probably the first 3 months that the band existed. We were trying to find a name. And we were hanging out with some friends, and we were just on the internet and just, BSing. And one of our friends said, oh, that's a cool name, Event Horizon. And we all thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, oh, that's so cool, that's awesome. 6 months later, we find out that it's
a movie.
It's a pretty popular movie too,
Yeah, but that's
which
okay.
we had never heard of and never saw, had no idea it existed.
Yeah, sure. Go on.
But that's the God's honest truth. We had no idea. So it was pretty shattering to find that out. And it's been consistently annoying ever since at every
that
show.
happens, man.
But we could have changed the name a long time ago, and we decided not to. It meant something to us. So.
Okay, listen, you got to go with your gut, man. You got to go with your gut, man. And the thing is this, I'm listening to you saying, well, we went on the internet. I said, when I was young, there was no such thing as the internet, and we were like looking through books and magazines and doing all this kind of crazy stuff to find out the names. And I had a drummer in my band who was an artist at the time, and he was like an existentialist, and he read all these weird books, like I'm reading fucking Spider-Man, and this guy's reading all these these philosophical books, and Eastern thought and shit. He goes, we should name the band the Dantes. I said, what's that from? He goes, from Dante's Inferno. I said, what's that? He goes, it's his famous book. And I said, okay.
That's cool.
And that's how we got the name. But It's funny how bands get names. I'm always interested in that kind of stuff. And anyway, so let's talk about, by the way, these guys, they're a rock band. Okay, and I listened to their stuff. We're going to play some videos for you up the road, and you're going to understand what it is to be a real rock band like these guys are. Because a lot of these bands, they come in here and they tell me that they're a rock band, and they're a little softer. Okay? I understand that you do a little softer stuff, but you're basically, like a real driving
balls to the wall rock and roll.
Yeah, balls to the wall rock and roll band. That's a good way to put it, man. So it's important, to kind of. I know sometimes you get like, I don't want to be categorized as this, that, or the other thing, but we had a couple of bands on here a couple of times, and they told me they were rock bands. Then when I listened to the music, I said, well, it's more like like a R&B type of thing than a rock band. But I listened to your songs, and I looked at your videos. I was very impressed. The older stuff. The first one that I saw, we're going to play that in a few minutes. The Human Continuum. That is when it was a 5-piece band back then. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you had a keyboard guy. You had a keyboard guy, and you had a different guitar player, and he quit or something. And
that was before that, actually.
So he quit, and then you got the keyboard guy. And
at one point, there was 3 guitar players in this band.
3 guitar players in the band. Okay,
and then we weeded it out to just 1, and then I came back and picked the guitar back up.
I'm sure they were very happy that happened.
Okay. But I don't know about that, but I know that I was.
Well, listen, no. You got what it takes, kid. There's no doubt about that,
you.
man. There's no doubt about it, man. But the organ player, he went to the side, and this is what we decided we're gonna go forward. Okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't we just throw that video up and then check these guys out? Event Horizon, the original band was about 8 years ago. Was this the first video you made?
The first video that you're gonna see is probably 2012.
2012.
So it's been.
It's been a while.
Years.
So we're gonna watch this guys evolve. Well, let's start with this video. So why don't we bring it on, baby? All right. I'm liking it, man. You know what I like about this guy? He's shy. He's so shy, this guy. I love that, man. I love that, man. Yeah, listen, you see, so like I was talking about, you see, these guys rock, man. I like the whole way you present yourself. I just really do. Tell me a little bit about the song, why you wrote it, what was the inspiration, where you recorded it, where you did the video. So why don't we, who wants to raise their hand and speak? Somebody in the back. Somebody in the back row. Come on.
John wrote like pretty much a majority of the song, and then
in 7th grade.
Yeah, and then I had wrote like the ending of the song, but then. And
then Dave wrote the middle part.
Yeah, our old guitar player wrote like the bridge of it, and then we filmed the video in LA. Our friend Alex Lipton filmed it for us, and our friend Josh that came with us on that tour helped film it too, and they both worked on it.
What
for
tour?
us.
What are you talking about?
That was like one of the. I think that was the first time we went all the way out to California, like on a whole countrywide tour.
Well, how did that happen?
We got a booking agent to do it.
Rob Montez.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's a long way from Mayapack.
Yeah, it was kind of.
We took a risk and we quit
like
our jobs and we went.
Really?
Yeah. It was
I
pretty
told
crazy.
you, these guys are rockers.
It's like a month and a half on the
It
road.
was,
Yeah, it was like
it was a
7
day.
weeks,
It was a day short of 2 months.
So
So
you played some gigs out there, and then what happened? It didn't really happen for you out there?
we went back
Yeah,
2 or 3 times after that.
Oh, you
actually.
did?
Yeah, it
You did
was
go
good.
back a few
Yeah.
times. Okay.
Yeah.
So you filmed this video out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me, what is the song about? I mean, I understand like the Human Continuum, but what inspired you to write it?
Just what really inspires me to write any of the lyrics to any of the songs is life. You know, just whatever pops into your head, whatever you're feeling at that moment, whatever the music is pulling out of you. But what's probably the funniest part about this song is that there's a little shout out to my parents. The beginning it goes, Mom and Dad, thank you for your help that day. If I didn't ask for life, I wouldn't have found my way. So it's about my parents having relations to create me, and me saying, thank you so much that you did that.
Well,
or else I would not be
You're
here.
a grateful son. That's good. I appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Mom and Dad.
That's good, man.
You did good.
But
that
I gotta
night.
tell you, like the last band that was here, we did a thing. I said, you guys really feel like a band, a unit, and you guys too. I get that feeling from you guys that like you're a unit. You've been together a long time, and you're through thick and thin, and this is what's going on with you guys, man.
We're brothers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're brothers, man. So let's talk a little bit about your influences a little bit, okay? Mr. Drummer Man, okay? What made you decide to drive your parents nuts banging drums all day?
I don't know, I always loved the drums. It was probably Led Zeppelin though. I heard John Bonham laying down drum track and, could not play drums.
Just like that, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And music's in my family. My dad and brother played guitar. I didn't want to go that route.
So of course he has to play the drums.
Okay,
All
well-
right, they got that covered, so that's how it started. And been playing ever since 6th grade, so like about 15 years, 16 years.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
What kind of drums are you using now?
I use a small Mapex kit.
Uh-huh.
It's a good
You got one
little
snare,
kit.
two racks, one floor?
One high tom, one low tom.
And one high time, one low time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice little kit.
No, listen. You know what? You don't got to carry that much gear around. And listen, a good drummer can make a lot of noise
Amen.
with 3 drums.
Makes the small
Okay, you know
kit
what I'm
sound
saying?
huge.
Yeah, for sure.
Craig, let's talk about your background a little bit. With why you got into music and stuff like that.
Well, pretty much because this guy back here, he was playing guitar, and he played guitar, so I couldn't play guitar. That was kind of not an option. So I guess that's how most bass players become bass players.
Yeah,
We get stuck with it.
I'm going to tell you a funny story, okay? When I was younger, we had the groups broken into, they were either collegiate kids, okay, or they were greasers, you know what I'm saying, or they were hippies. So like I was like a greaser kind of guy, with the hair back, I was a real tough guy, And then when that whole hippie thing happened, I said, oh man, I think I found my calling. So these guys come up to me and they say, hey, listen, Ray, can you be in our band? I said, I really don't play anything. They say, but everybody's beating us up all the time. Can you be in our band? I said, we'll get you a bass guitar and you can play bass. And that's how I
That happened.
That's how it starts. That's how it happened for
That's
me
what happened
too.
for me. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. We got to think. And that's for you, young man. I know why you're into music.
Yeah.
Because your dad, man.
Yep.
Okay, and he must have been great. Well, sitting there listening to him practice all the time.
Oh yeah. I grew up going to see like his bands, live, and
I might have seen you at one of his gigs or something.
yeah,
man.
they were dragging.
When you were a wee tot.
They were dragging me and my sister to concerts and stuff when we were like, toddlers, just going to see him play live. So I've always been around the live music and had to
Great,
pick
man.
up the guitar.
Great. They're all from the musical family, except for the black sheep over there.
Yeah.
My brother. Here we go, baby. Okay, listen, we're going to play the next video, okay? It's called Riff. It'll emerge. Great video. I really like it, man. You're going to see how this band evolved from the first video to the second one. So let's roll it, baby.
Woo.
was great. Very nice.
Having fun?
I'm having fun.
I wish I had a sign that said, yeah! That was great, man. Listen, I got to tell you, it's like really amazing to see how you transformed from like, almost like a garagey type of band, with the whole thing in that little studio there with the drapes, into like a real mysterious looking, rock band with a message, man. That was really great, man. Not only that, man, but it must have cost you a fortune to cut all your hair off because nobody has any hair anymore in the second video, man. And I'm digging the whole way it was put together, man. The whole thing with the record player, bringing a lot of mystical symbolism in there. I dig that kind of stuff, man. So who was responsible for the whole idea?
Director,
Mr. Barnes back
editor,
over there,
producer.
man. The God of War.
Yeah.
Talk to me, baby. Tell me how the whole idea came out, because it's fantastic. It really is fantastic.
It was just, we had a lot of our friends help us with the first couple of music videos, and I bought myself a camera, and I wanted to really experiment and get a little bit weird and more intuitive with the music, and have the videos really kind of show you what we're trying to
kind of reflect.
Yeah, to reflect the music.
Yeah.
A little bit more than just us playing live in a room, or just outside somewhere. But I just wanted to get a little bit more creative with it and kind of show.
Well, it definitely worked, no doubt about it. And I love John with the man behind the curtain. Hey, huh? Come on now. It was pretty good, man. The whole thing, man. You changed the way the amp looked. You had one of the amps was painted on the side there, and I just liked the way the power. Behind the music, man, and boom, boom, just pounding it out, man. That's what rock is, and the way you present it. You know what I'm saying? You don't present it like some like little half-ass. You pound it the way it's supposed to be pounded. That's what rock is. What you guys are doing, that's what rock is, man. And I just love it. What I want to know is how did you transform from that band that we saw in the first video, where you're in that thing there, doing your best, to look cool, to actually being very, very cool. You changed your whole look, man. That's listen. There were points in our lives where we reach these crossroads, okay, where we have to decide what we want to do with ourselves and how we want to go further, man. And what you did there is there was some thought behind that. That kind of stuff just don't happen by itself. You know what I'm saying? There's just too much going on from one period to the next for you to just wake up one morning, I'm going to cut my hair, I'm going to go in, I'm going to do something. How did you come to that point where you decided that was the way you guys wanted to, present yourselves, man? There had to be some kind of transformation project.
Well, over time, stuff happens, but that video specifically we did it probably a month or two after we lost the keyboard player, so it was kind of all right, we need to recharge and reform and just go out and push ourselves, the four of us, and
So there was an event in Event Horizons thing that kind of pushed it
was
forward.
A new start, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's 2 years apart.
Yeah.
A lot happens.
Yeah, exactly.
You did
2 years.
It's great. I like the whole thing. I like the whole symbolic thing with the chessboard, because to me that's life. We're just pieces on the chessboard moving around. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing. I especially like the beginning of it. With the record player. Come to me, give me music.
Lots of fish wire and a lot of takes.
Yeah, a lot of takes.
Really cool, though.
It was really good, though. I just like that whole song. That song is like two songs, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's riffed into a merge. So it goes. So what is the first part of it? What are we talking about a little bit? Because when you're screaming like that, and I like the way you present yourself with the whole thing, real lead singer stuff, good lead singer stuff, man. Because a lot of people go up there and somehow when they do this stuff, they get intimidated. I don't know by the studio, by the audience, I don't see that happening with you, man. You know what I'm saying? This is me. I'm rocking, man. I'm doing this. This is where it's at, and it was really fantastic. I got to tell you, man.
Thank you.
But when you're screaming like that, I can't really make out the words because number one, I'm deaf from sitting in front of an amp my whole life, and number two, I'm old. No, I'm not. I'm only kidding. So tell me a little bit about the whole idea of the thread of going from one song into the other, and what it means to you guys.
This one specifically riffed. The lyrics come from maybe a conversation that I wanted to have with our old guitar player, Dave. And maybe part of it is a conversation that maybe he wanted to have with me or us. And
You're talking about unresolved issues.
absolutely, of course. When people leave the band or any band, I'm sure, you know, it's not a very easy thing. There's a lot of, you know, things that could happen or did happen. But that's kind of where I was at that point in time and what I wanted to say about that specific thing.
See? And that's the greatest thing about being an artist, you see. When things happen to you, I mean, there's a lot of tragedies in life, and a lot of people that aren't musicians and artists don't have that vehicle to resolve that issue in the form of a song. And then you put all this energy into it, and it turns into that. You know, it's something that's really cool, man. And there's a message in there. And you get to dump some of that stuff, man. You see, we had a kid in here last time, and he's a young kid, and he was telling me that, you know, I went through all this depression and all this. And you know, I said, yeah, but look at all the great songs you wrote. See, me too. I write all my stuff about, you know, about personal experiences. It's all about personal experiences all the time, man. Because although I have written a couple of songs about imaginary people, and my wife once when she said to me one time, "Who's that girl you're singing about in that song with the red hair and the green eyes?" I said, "I made her up." She goes, "Are you sure about that?" So most of the time, I just write stuff about how I'm feeling and about, you know, what I think of, you know, of life, and sometimes, you know, of its beauty. Of its unfairness, but me personally, I mostly write about the human condition and love, because, you know, I'm a little older now than you guys are. So you know, back then, you know, it used to be about, you know, chicks and cars and bars, you know, and now it's about medication and Social Security, man. And, you know, I'm only kidding, man. I'm only kidding. I'm going to go out right now. I'm going to drink about 9 beers and kick somebody's ass. I'm only kidding, man. I'm only kidding.
I'm going to join you.
You're going to join me,
for
man.
The first 9 years.
For the 9 years. Then I'm leaving when the ass kicking starts, man. But we know we're going to finish this night out, and let's talk about this new video. We're going to, first for the show tonight, we're debuting a video that hasn't been seen before. Okay, and this last one is called From the Sun. And what's this one about, real quick? Because we only got about a minute, and we want to run the video for you.
Wow, this one doesn't really have a core topic of what it's about. It's just about everything. I think it was at this point we were trying to put this album together, and I had the task of writing a bunch of lyrics in a short period of time. So
the pressure's on. I got to do something.
Felt whatever I felt, and these lyrics just came out in a very cool way, I think.
I'll tell you something. I watched this video, and you people are going to watch this video. This video is like the way they present the band, man. This is what a rock band is supposed to look like and sound like, okay? We're ready to rock this thing, man. Listen, thank you for coming, man. You know, we had a great time tonight. We want to thank Event Horizon, man, okay? They're a wonderful band. Catch them on YouTube or watch the show. Until next time, bring it on, baby.